And as I've told you, this month of February, we are talking about love and the intrigues and the drama and the beauty and the hopes of marriage and love. And I want to, my guests, so, tuanzia na ladies always. Ladies first, men before, but ladies. Yes, so, well, just introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Emily.
Emily, what do you do?
I'm a project administrator.
Project administrator.
Yes.
And the leader of the house.
Yeah, this is
yes.
Barnabas
Litisi.
I
know you,
yes.
but I know you as Barack Obama. Actually, the word Barnabas doesn't come. Like, I had to ask you even yesterday, by the way, what's your first name? Because in my mind,
I know.
it's Barack.
I
even
know.
the way I've saved you is Barack Obama.
Yes.
So, for the year of is
almost getting to 4 years now. Yeah, of marriage.
Going to 5.
Going to 4.
Going to 4 years.
Yes.
When is your anniversary?
19th July.
19th July. Your wedding was one of the most beautiful weddings. I didn't attend, that's for sure. But I saw the replay on one of the major televisions network in Kenya, isn't it?
Yes.
It was covered.
It was, yes.
It's beautiful, man.
Sure.
I mean, and it was immediately after the university, right?
Yeah.
Why? Let me ask you, because you're the one who must have proposed. Why did you feel you were ready to get married immediately after the university?
I think we had met in the early days in campus. Of course, got to know each other. We became very good friends. We grew together. Of course, by being very good friends, we got to know a lot about each other.
Yes.
And of course, that's why I didn't even hesitate.
You didn't hesitate
to, like, you know, because I'm like, so through campus you get to see so many. It's another society in campus, by the way. So of course you get to see so many people, and we go through a lot. Of course we share have a good time together. Sure. And hey, I couldn't even hesitate.
Good time. Anyway, let me not good time together. All right. Now, what were you doing in the university yourself? In the University of Nairobi?
Like the course or something?
Yes, yes.
I was pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Economics.
Sociology and Economics, and you were doing?
The same.
Same thing. Ah, no wonder. And you met in the second year?
Actually, she was
first year.
Yeah, she was a year behind me. Yes. So when she was first year, I was second year.
Oh, you are 1 year behind.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So like when you were introducing the fresher, things happen. All right. So 3 years of getting to know each other. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. So do you think, therefore, let me ask this question: how much do you think your friendship helps in the marriage? I don't know who wants to answer this question, or both of you. Let me start with you. Having been friends, do you think this still helps in your marriage?
And I think, for me, this is my own opinion, I think it's the best, it's the best avenue to lead into marriage. Because, number one, I think it's very important to be friends, really to be very good friends.
With the person you marry?
Yeah, before even you get married.
Yes.
Before. Rather than you marry, then you become friends in your marriage.
It's difficult.
Yeah, that's
very
suicidal, actually. Suicidal.
So you feel that friendship is a core character that like helps your marriage be sweet and nice?
Definitely. Because once you get married, then it's easy to forget what brought you guys together. But as friends, you'll always want to stay together and have fun together. Yes.
And he is crazy fun. I mean, he is mad, I have to say. You know, how do you live up with him, knowing who he is? How do you live up with him? I mean, it's tough, right? Nyamaza.
It is tough.
Noisy.
He is.
Which is one of your most one of his most annoying habits?
One of his most annoying habits.
Other than being noisy, because I know he's noisy. Say it.
Hakuna, sunona.
He thinks he's always right.
She's looking for it.
He thinks he's always right.
See, she's looking for it.
Yeah.
He thinks he's always right. Yes. There you are. Umejikamata. Well, that sounds a bit. Let's. Okay. So now, one of the things that inspires me, and that is the reason I wanted you to come here. By the way, before you even ask that question, there's someone who asked me on our Facebook page, does every dating have to lead to marriage?
Wow.
Now you're thinking generally, not just in your case.
Every dating.
Does dating have to lead to marriage?
For me, what I would say is it depends with who are involved in this dating. scenario, for example. Because for us, I know we are dating because we're heading somewhere.
Yes.
So other guys could be for other reasons. So for me, I will say it depends with what you want.
It depends with what you
Because you see, if maybe I grew up knowing I will never get married, but of course I want to have fun. I want to know somebody, become close, something.
Yes.
But of course, not leading to marriage. So for me, it doesn't. It depends with the guys involved. What do you want in life?
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think that maybe in the exploration stage, we can end up dating and then to only to realize that this person that it's not the person?
True. You could date and not end up getting married.
To the very same person.
Yes. But it's always important and helpful if you date knowing that you want to get married and not to waste each other's time.
So you're clear about what you want. Perfect. Let's go to this question. Once you got married, you had a child, all right, the first child, and tell us what happened.
So of course, yeah. Well, you know, first years of marriage, of course, exploration stage, all those things, adventure and everything.
Definitely.
Yes, here we are. We're
Curiosity,
expecting a baby.
Yeah.
Of course, we knew it was a boy sometime. Then during the day for the delivery, yeah, of course, the baby was born. He was born normally. And even me, what was so sad is even for me, when the baby was being born, I had to run away. I didn't want to see the baby because it was through the normal whatever. So I didn't want to see. I had to tell the doctor, no, I can't handle this.
I have
to run away. Yeah, call me once it's done. Yeah, call me once done. Like, are you sure? Yeah, like I'm sure.
Yes.
So me, I go there, I wait. So I was like, I went there and slept. I didn't want to hear all the shouting and stuff. And I slept, covered myself fully. So the next thing, the dog is tapping me, so I'm waking up. Hey, bro, come. Of course, you'll expect good news. It's supposed to be good news. Yeah, it's supposed to be good news. Yeah, like, yeah. Then the dog tells me, hey, I don't have very good news. I didn't want him to tell me. Because the time I got there, baby had passed.
The baby had passed?
Yes.
And this was after 9 months of pregnancy?
Yes, you can imagine.
What did you feel like losing your first child?
Well, I am not sure the enough words to explain what I felt, but it was very painful. It was very painful, and it took a while for me to recover. But we thank God for the far that we've come. Yes.
This was in your very first year of marriage.
Yes.
I mean, being the mother, this must have been very, very hard for you to go through.
It was pretty hard. It was very, very hard. I think for 2 months I didn't get out of the house, but he continued with life normally, because he wanted me to see that we have to move on after everything and that God hasn't forgotten us.
That's what a good man does. That's what a good man does.
Yes. So in a way, he of course, at first I thought him continuing with life normally was as if he was avoiding feeling the pain, but later it made sense, because if we were both deep in sorrow, then it would have been hard for one to lift up the other. To
move on.
Yes.
2 months in the house.
Yes.
And this was precisely the first year of your marriage.
Yes.
And at what stage were you able to move on as a mother?
I think maybe 1 year later.
1 year later.
Yes.
You went for counseling?
Yes.
You went for counseling?
Yes. Right after we lost the baby.
After you lost the baby. Did you go for counseling? Because men sometimes we tend to say we can deal with it.
I think I didn't go for any counseling myself. I had to be strong. Those that say I have to be strong. And of course, most of my friends, I used to talk to most of my friends and they used to tell me, bros, you have no option. You have to be strong for her. And that is exactly what I had. Because sometimes I was staying in the house, we were talking, all of a sudden she's not there. Then I'm like, she's gone. Only to find her in the bedroom crying. See now, it was like, I don't know, but it was a very difficult moment. So for me, I knew I had to. This time when we were arguing, she was like, come on, you are not crying. What's wrong with you? You know, like, Kwani, what's wrong with you? As you know, like, I'm telling her, you know what, I just have to be strong, for me right now. I have to show you this other side that indeed we have to try. We have to see the other side of life. God may be speaking something. We can never question God. So we have to be strong, and we have just to see, like, look for a way of how we're gonna get over this.
Did you get some support, like, from family and friends during this tough time?
Yeah, of course they did. They came, they visited us. Our friends in Mali, they came, they visited us, and it was very encouraging, actually.
Did you name the boy?
Yeah,
You did.
It's called
did.
Jude Litisi.
Jude Litisi.
Yes,
Just say
Litisi is the brand.
Yeah. Second name is the brand.
Jude Litisi.
Jude
Yes.
Litisi.
Yes.
All right. So that was the first year, and now you have a child. This was after how long?
Maybe
Numbers are pop. They're good.
This was like this.
it could
the
be
child is how many months old now? Or
6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
So it's basically you waited for a whole year to pass by.
Yes.
Almost a year plus.
Almost a year.
Yeah. And let me ask this question: Where did you find God in all this? Tough question, I know, but did you find that this experience bonded you more? Did you find God in all the suffering, or did you find him not present?
Me, I would say we found God, by the way, because we had to be very close to him. We never gave up on him, and we always say we've always grew up knowing that everything happens for a reason, and that's what we kept telling each other, that this must have happened for a reason. Maybe God is trying to show us something. That's what we kept on telling each other. There's just no way he could have just taken our firstborn just like that. After, but so we knew indeed God is trying to communicate something, and we actually brought us even closer to him. We didn't like try, because we used to pray a lot. We used to, So I think it brought us closer to God even, and it even give us the energy now even to start seeing how can we get over it. That's why we're here 6 months now.
I mean, having gone through that, you don't feel that there is anything that can beat you down right now?
For sure.
I
think it's one of the worst experiences we've been through together. It was quite a difficult one. Even it was difficult even for me sometimes to allow visitors to come, because they're like, the avenue for her to break down quite even easily. So I was like, hey, don't think it's the right time for you to come. Let me just handle it my way.
Yes, true.
Yeah, but I think indeed it was
a purifying and okay. You wanted to say something?
Yes. In the beginning, I don't think I saw God. I felt that he was being unfair to us, but I think prayers mostly from others, because it got to a point where it was even difficult for me to pray, or for us to pray, because we felt like God was not listening to us. But the prayers of our family members and friends, I think, are the ones that made us know that he's still there no matter what, and that he still loves us, and that he has a reason for whatever happened, and there's hope in the future. Yes,
it's beautiful. So not only did you grow closer together as a couple, your faith also increased in God, in a more realistic faith in God.
Yes.
And
yes.
Where are you now?
In terms of faith?
In terms of faith, in terms of having lost your child and gone on through this trauma, are you more at peace now?
Yes, I'm more at peace, and actually I feel that I can relate to other mothers who've gone through the same, and I always try to help them whenever I can. Actually find, because I shared my story with people, most mothers who have undergone the same reach out to me, and I try to help as much as I can.
Many times just by listening.
Yes.
Just by listening.
Yes.
Okay, but I can still see there is a bit of emotion attached.
Yes.
And,
yes.
I mean, I know it will take some time, and this man has been quite supportive, I would say.
He has. He was
strong for you.
He was. Actually, now when I'm stronger, he's the one who keeps remembering baby Jude, and remembering when he was born. He'll keep mentioning him, like when our baby is still growing. He keeps saying that he wishes the brother was here to watch over her. So I think this is a time that he's feeling the loss that we went through, because then he had to be strong for me.
That's, I mean, that's basically a man's psychology, right? When even when the relationship breaks, the man seems strong, you know, see, if I don't care, the relationship is gone, you know, but it affects him several time, you know, a long time later, like several months later. But for a lady, even when the relationship breaks, she feels the pain immediately after, and then after some time starts to recuperate. So we like change places. What's her strong points that you're like, Dominic, going through this, Emily made me feel like this. I felt so proud of her because of 1, 2, 3. What would you say going through this experience, through these 4 years?
Me, I'll say she's the strongest woman I know. Because I think even for me, when that happened, I knew. Then I had life for me the next 2, 3 years. It's going to be difficult. But I could see we have a discussion like even a month later, and she's laughing. I'm like, okay, how can I keep on this going? You know, because I'm sure if they just stop it like for a bit, then she's back. She's back to tears. So, but she's the strongest woman I know, and no matter how much she's saying here, sometimes she lost faith in God in a way. She lost faith and whatever. Me, I don't really support that because she's been that strong person in terms of faith, even in our family. Yeah? Be very honest, she's that strong lady. And I was told her, by the way, you know what? Let's not go there talking about God, because me, I know you're the one who's been very strong in this area. So me, I know her strength. That you've asked what her strength is. She's very strong in terms of how can I say it? You expect most ladies through such scenarios they will break apart. They'll break apart. Be very honest, but she kept strong. And
so what you are saying is basically she doesn't realize how strong actually she is.
Yeah, she doesn't. You have to tell her. And for me, I always tell her, and I used to tell her, by the way, for sure. Hey, you're the strongest woman I know. You
know, in the Bible there is that book of Lamentation, and that is basically someone complaining to God, right, and asking God why. I think sometimes when we go through this, it doesn't mean that we don't have faith, in my opinion. Yes, I think it's a maturation of the faith. You know, sometimes we take faith for granted, and then something happens, and it's not because we no longer have faith. It's precisely that our faith is actually growing in those moments when we actually don't feel God. It's like your love. There are moments you don't feel each other, but that doesn't mean that you don't love each other anymore, isn't it?
True.
Now, there is to better news, to better news, so that we don't discuss this for too long. Before we take a break, to better news, there was that question about phone. Someone told me to ask you that question. Do you share phone passwords? Do you share phones? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Are you curious whom he is talking to, whom she's talking to? All right, so let's start with you.
We actually do.
You share phone passwords?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And how does that make you feel? How does that help?
No, what is there to hide anyway?
Okay.
So that's my point. What's there to hide anyway? So that's why we share our phones. You can find her using my phone. Sometimes I'm using hers. So for us, there's nothing to hide. I think sometimes you're forced to hide when to not share when you're hiding something. That's what I would say. There must be a reason why you're not sharing.
Yes, why you're not sharing.
Unless now when I'm maybe preparing a surprise for her, I don't want to see her phone. Then I look for another avenue of how to be using, and my phone will not be very, very visible at home, you know.
Yeah.
But right now, even our daughter loves it really. When we're using, she loves our phones. Me, I don't know how. So sometimes very difficult to hide the phone. But for me, I would say it's we don't have a reason to hide our phone.
To hide. And
for sure.
Yeah, I agree with
you.
You
agree. So there is. So one of my mentors says one of the reasons that he allows his wife to access his phone is, if there is a conversation that is going there, a lady will be able to know and tell him, this lady is not just being friendly, this lady anakukatia.
That's true, that's true.
So he says that's precisely why he allows his wife to go through the phone, and even mutually, so that they're like, this